1st of December. I think this is our second video, 1st of January 2024. Welcome to this channel. This is the Rokani Media Football, and we are here to bring you a story of how Arsenal is investigating on Ivan Toney before they obviously decide to make a move to sign him into the January transfer window. If you never knew that the January transfer window is open, I would like to bring you up to speed. It's open, it's up and running, and it's here to stay until the 31st of January. So welcome to this channel. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. And we're here to bring you a story coming in through from the hierarchy of Arsenal on how they plan to obviously have a warm winter break in Dubai as they did the previous times. And we are going to be here to obviously bring you a lot of news and information as far as your favorite club of Arsenal is concerned. And it's the Arsenal News Show. It's the Arsenal News Show. That is it. And let's obviously take it to where we deserve to be. And what a day to start off and really thank the Lord for the gift of life, because we really needed this gift of life, and the Lord is going to grant it to us. And we're here to obviously emphasize more about what we keep talking about the Lord. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum, and we thank Allah onto your behalf. But don't forget to subscribe, because we want to hit 20,000 subscribers before the end of this month, and let's hit that milestone in a nick of time. Let's start it off with the man himself, Ivan Toney. And the source is The Independent, coming in through confirming to us that Arsenal are investigating whether a deal can be done for Ivan Toney this January, as Mikel Arteta wants the Brentford forward and now leans towards a striker for this window's business. So Mikel Arteta is really trying to see to it that everything really goes on as to plan, and he needs Ivan Toney, but they are trying to make investigations. One will ask, what type of investigations are Arsenal really making? First and foremost, it's all about the financial fair play, because the financial fair play is the amount of money you get in, that is your income, versus your expenditure. So you don't need to spend more than you've gone ahead to obviously make. So if at all Arsenal have gone ahead to collect like 400 million pounds in a year, they need to obviously not spend more than that. And what is so much factual about this? For the financial fair play, Arsenal should look through the salary they're going to pay Ivan Toney. I think when Ivan Toney comes in at Arsenal, he'll call for like 150,000 pounds a week, because he deserves it. And they don't want to have a very huge wage bill at the club of Arsenal, and Ivan Toney will go in and obviously call in for that, which is not really bad for him, because him as a player, he has gone ahead to obviously put up a lot of performances that everyone knows, and he comes in as the priority striker for the club of Arsenal in this January transfer window. So they have to investigate about the financial fair play, how much money they're having to spend, and secondly, the salary, because the salary also contributes to what the financial fair play really looks into. They look at your expenditure as a club, especially onto your staff, transfer fees, the wages of the players, you get. So that is where they obviously look at a lot. But I think Arsenal is going to have to make in some good lot of money, and they know exactly how to do. And Arteta is going to have to confirm to us that he's willing to obviously get in these players, and they are really having their targets. They've been looking at them specifically, and maybe they can get in a different kind of striker. But the other thing they're investigating about that people are not going to have to give out of attention to detail too is why he was really suspended for 6 months. And clubs like Arsenal really do what we call a good background check, and I would love to really thank Arsenal for that, because when they didn't do it onto this other guy, what's his name, Willian, you saw what happened. So right now Arsenal have to do a very good background check about the mentality of the player, and the attitude and his past behavior, what he does in his free time when he's not obviously doing the club job. Like for example, Manchester United, they went ahead to sign Jadon Sancho, not knowing that this boy plays his console up to 5 a.m. in the morning, yet he's supposed to report 6 hours later onto the training ground, and he has been coming late. And that really went ahead to obviously see to it that Erik ten Hag tells him, no way, you're going to do this at Man United, and he has been exiled. Paul Pogba's mentality was not right. It was told to us by Nemanja Matic that Paul Ebile Pogba and Jadon Sancho were the players who really used to come late at the pitch, at Carrington, and what the senior players at Man United did was to obviously put a fine, and for them they were okay with it, paying for it. And at the end of the season, Jadon Sancho and Paul Ebile Pogba had paid £75,000. So it shows you how mentality is really right, and Arsenal is really investigating on a lot. People are really looking at the investigation of whether the deal is possible. The deal is possible. If Arsenal want to bring in Ivan Toney, they can bring him on. They have lots of things to do. They have lots of options. Even if they don't have the money, they have very many buttons to press to obviously get in a player like Ivan Toney. For example, they can sell Cedric Soares. They can put Lokong on the market. They can put Tavares on the market. You get? There is Charlie Patino, He's going to be sold to Juventus. They can get in some good amount of money. So they have a lot of things to do to get in money to sign Ivan Toney. But the most important thing is not the money, because that is the easiest way to execute it. As a club run financially with proper books of accounting, it really boils out into an easy stuff, because they already know what they are going to obviously do. You can't tell me that they're talking about investigating on how much Arsenal is going to spend in January transfer window when it reach January. I know that they went ahead to really draw a plan and know how much they're going to get in. I told you that for only the Champions League, Arsenal is going ahead to collect 67 million pounds in the Champions League only. Only that amount of money can obviously go ahead and really bring in Ivan Toney. And let me tell you, Arsenal is going ahead to play 3 Champions League games at the stadium. 60,000 people, if the minimum ticket was going in like for a minimum of like £20, that means every match they've been all getting a commercial all what you call match day revenue of 60,000 times 20. That is 1.2 million. But the executive box is off. The executive box is expensive. A person can come in through and obviously pay like maybe to buy a season ticket for that and say I'm going to pay like £1 million. So they might be having those games on the cards and they're really expensive. So when you add on the merchandise they've gone ahead to buy, the shirt sales of the club and so on and so forth, the food they eat on the match day, they've gone ahead to make worth £100 million, plus. Sorry, £100 million plus on those match days of the Champions League. Now, talk of the Premier League. They've gone ahead to play close to 9 games at home, 9 or 10 at their place. So they've gone ahead to bring in a lot of money. That is it. So we wait and see. And the other thing they're investigating on are the shirt sales of Ivan Toney. They are the shirt sales of Ivan Toney. How many shirt sales can this man really make? He'll accumulate for the club of Arsenal. The financial sense. People believe that the club only looks at the performance of the player, but there are certain players you can really keep at the club because of the financial impact. For example, most people don't know why Elina has gone ahead to be kept at the club of Arsenal for a very long time. They've kept him because of his financial sense. You might find him selling very many shirts of Arsenal in Egypt and in the Arab world, especially Egypt, because Egypt is one of the countries in Africa that's going ahead to monetize most of the stuff, and they have high internet purchasing power, So Arsenal keeping him around because of the financial impact that he brings to the club. So look at Emile Smith-Rowe. However much very many clubs are looking at him to sign him, Arsenal doesn't want to release him because the fans resonate a lot with him and buy lots of shirts for him and Bukayo Saka. So financial aspect comes first, by the way, amid his other performances. And I bet this, a club will never release a player, like a player who is not in a huge salary. He's not demanding them to play, and they need him to be part of the squad when he's getting them shirt numbers. The only way they lose a player like Emile Smith-Rowe is when Emile Smith-Rowe knocks on the door of Mikel Arteta and tells him, please, I want more playing time. You get? And if at all Arteta is not willing to offer him enough playing time, then they lose him, because the player is going to have to make that request. But Shirt sales are also very important for a player like Ivan Toney, and Arsenal really making a very good background check. And lastly, the reason as to why he was banned, betting. Is he still betting? What was the cause? They need to obviously talk to the agent and the representatives of Ivan Toney to explain this out. So I think the investigations are not only onto the financial bit of it, that is the financial fair play, but they are so much deep into lots of things I'm going to have to break down: why he was banned, the mentality, attitude of the player, the financial aspect of it all. I'm going to have to say lots of many things, and you guys are going to have to obviously coming through, and you can really tell me exactly what your thoughts are about that. So Arsenal investigating on Ivan Toney, so watch out on Ivan Toney. And I think tomorrow I'm going to shoot you the video of how Ivan Toney fits into that Arsenal side, because most of you have been requesting me for that video, and I'm going to drop it tomorrow. So leaving this guy out, or leaving him aside, John Crossmire is going to have to confirm to us the following about Arsenal and what their plans are, because after them playing, I think, it's going to be which team? There is a team Arsenal playing around the 13th, and after they rest for like 2 weeks without playing the game of football and then return. Now, John Crossmire has told us that Arsenal are planning to go to Dubai for a mini sunshine break after next Sunday's FA game, third round tie with Liverpool, but the dates are likely to have to be a little bit flexible in case Arsenal end up getting a replay and have to go to Anfield. So Arsenal have a plan. They've been in Dubai for very many times. You remember during COVID, when they're supposed to return back and really play for all to really accomplish the season for the remaining games, Arsenal went to Dubai. During the World Cup break, Arsenal was in Dubai. They've been there very many times in Dubai, and they've tried their level best to obviously connect with Dubai, and they do a lot in Dubai. So they're planning after the game of Liverpool, if they really get knocked out or they knock out Liverpool and not draw, they're planning to go to Dubai and obviously hold what we call a short sunshine break, because it's winter in the UK, and what the world is looking at is at the sunshine in Dubai. Warm training in there for you going down in Dubai, because Dubai is known to be a hot environment, and that will help them a little bit to relax their muscles and obviously prepare for their season as Arsenal goes ahead to really do the needful. But that game of Liverpool is really tricky, and Arsenal need to really put in an effort, because when they are playing at the Anfield Stadium, Arsenal really had a lot to offer on that day, and the Liverpool also had a lot to offer. Now we want to see how can Arsenal take on Liverpool at the Emirates, because Arsenal is going to be having 60,000 fans larring behind them. Even Liverpool had 60. So wait and see how that pans out. So your reactions onto Arsenal investigating all comments Ivan Toney transfer investigations are welcome in the comment section below. May the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David remains my name. I sign out for now. See you later, and may the blessings of the Lord engulf you everywhere you are. The Muslims, Barakallahu fikum, and don't forget to subscribe. We want to hit that magical mark, and that magical mark is 20,000 subscribers before the end of this month. And guys, continue subscribing, because the more you subscribe, the more we really hit the right numbers that are going to take us to where we deserve to be. And I really acknowledge everyone who has been part of this journey, who has gone ahead to really keep it this channel. We out for now. See you later. Bye bye.